Hi, I'm Sarah. If you follow me on Instagram, then you know me as Morgan Leslay, which happens to be my roller derby name because when we are not in COVID times, I actually also play roller derby, which is a super fun time. I'm based here in Southern California, and today is the one day in December that it decided to rain, which is wonderful and lovely. We need it, but it's just, it's a little late, so thanks, Mother Nature. Um, and I thought it would be fun to start a YouTube channel based on some of the things I love. So obviously I am a vintage enthusiast, if you could not tell. However, I'm not big on doing things like hair and makeup tutorials because I don't think that I'm that good at them. But I thought I would share some tips and tricks for other folks who are looking to get into a vintage kind of lifestyle. But maybe you don't know where to start, or maybe you are in the process of collecting pieces, or you're maybe like me. I am a size 10, so I hover between a medium and a large depending on how many sweets I've eaten lately. But it's a little bit harder to find things for curvier gals. And then also on top of that, I am super tall for a woman. I am actually 5'10", so it's a little more difficult for me to find things that actually fit me. So I thought I would share some of those tips and tricks. And then also, I thought we could talk about jewelry and other accessories and other collectibles because I collect all sorts of different things. So that's what this channel will be about for the most part. And today I thought I would start with one of my favorite things, in case you could not tell, which is shoes. I am a huge shoe enthusiast, in case you couldn't tell, but I don't actually have any true vintage shoes because what comes with being tall, I also have really large feet for a woman. I am a true 10.5, which is a 42 in European sizes. However, it's really hard for me to find vintage shoes, like dang near impossible to find true vintage shoes in that size. But there are several reproduction brands that make really great vintage style shoes. I think I have about 170 pairs of shoes all in. So I thought I would share what I look for, and then hopefully provide you with some tips on how you can find really amazing vintage style shoes as well. So I'll tell you a couple of things that I look for. I look for very classic styles, so things like saddle shoes, Oxfords, kind of 30s style and 40s style sandals, those types of things. I also look for comfort because I love doing things like going to Disneyland, namely Dapper Day. And then I also love walking around at street fairs and going antique hunting and vintage hunting. So with that, I need to find something that's super comfortable that I can wear all day. Also, I am a couple of years past 30, so it's a little more important to me to have comfort because my back isn't what it used to be. And then also I look for something that's gonna last because shoes are expensive, let's face it, and you don't want to necessarily end up with something that is low quality or things that are going to be wrecked pretty quickly. So with that, let's get into my first style of choice. So obviously, whenever you think vintage shoes, you think of a classic saddle shoe. So these are actually by a company called Bait Footwear. And in case you can tell, I actually have these in several different colors. These are this really great seafoam, but I have some in purple that are up here. I have some in black over here. So I love me a good saddle shoe. And actually I have a lot of shoes by Bait Footwear, which stands for But Another Innocent Tale. These are great for walking around places for the day in the summer. They have just a little bit of cushion, not a lot. I happen to be very flat-footed, so it's not a problem for me. But some of my friends that have high arches have said that these actually are not super comfortable if you have a high arch. So buyer beware. But I love them. They're great. They're cute. They come in so many different colors, and I have them in at least 5 or 6 different colors. The one thing I will caution you about, and it happens to be raining here today, if you look at the sole, there is zero tread, like not a skosh of tread. That being said, if you are going out somewhere while it's raining, I don't recommend these. If you're gonna go somewhere where there's tile, I also don't recommend these because I've actually almost had some accidents. But when I'm just walking around, going to normal places, they're great. They're super awesome. And then another bait shoe that has a classic saddle style. I actually had to buy a second pair of these because I burned through them. This is their I Own style, and obviously you can see I haven't even worn these yet because I just had to replace them because I wore them out. I've actually worn these to Dapper Day at Disneyland all day, and I have not had a problem at all. They have quite a bit of cushion. They have a little baby kitten heel, so you get a little bit of height, but you still are super comfortable. And then they also have these in another style that's called the Ida that I have. I think these ones are, and they come in the same thing, a variety of different colors, but they just don't have this T-strap. So they basically look like this. They're great. They're super cute. I love them. One bit of caution for anyone purchasing these. They scuff really easily on the back, so I don't recommend wearing these outdoors a ton. So if you're going walking at a park or a botanical garden, anywhere that's got cobblestone, I don't really recommend these because the backs will scuff and it's very easy to get that kitten heel stuck in places. I probably should have told you how much these cost, so for that I apologize. I think the saddle shoes I paid just a little, I think under $50 for these. And then the Iones, I think, are a little more expensive. I believe these are 60 or 62. However, you can follow Bait Footwear Outlet on Instagram. They do all sorts of great outlet sales on shoes that either have minor scuffings or imperfections, or sometimes they're just shoes that were returned by customers. So you can go and snag some shoes at some really great prices. However, they are for US customers only. And moving along to another style that I really like and has a great vintage feel, that is the Oxford. So these are an Oxford with a little bit of a heel. By a little bit, I mean actually quite a bit of a heel. But these are by a company called Chelsea Crew. They run in European sizes, so 30s to 40s. The Bait Footwear shoes run normal US sizes. However, these are great because I love Chelsea Crew and their sizing. They actually make a 42, which is a true 10 and a half, which actually fits me. These are super comfy. I've actually worn these all day at work and I've never had an issue. So I cannot recommend these enough, and they're super cute. And if you aren't necessarily into that type of an Oxford, I actually found these at DSW and they're super freaking fun. DSW, or Discount Shoe Warehouse, I think it's called in the US, or Department Shoe Warehouse, I don't know, something like that. It's DSW. Download the app, it's great. But these are by Les Artistes and they are super fun. DSW also has some really great sales. But same thing, these actually have way more cushion than any of my other vintage shoes, and they're just so freaking cute. I'm a sucker for a good Oxford. I believe these were $100, but I bought them right around Black Friday, so I had a coupon and rewards points. They were great. I think I maybe paid $70 for them, which $70 for a good pair of shoes is totally within my budget. And then moving on to a great vintage sandal. These are also from Chelsea Crew. You'll notice a theme here. I am a brand loyalist, so I typically will buy a lot of shoes from the same manufacturer. These are a great 40s style sandal. They're super fun. I think I actually found these from ModCloth. They typically will carry a lot of Chelsea Crew shoes, and I feel like they were maybe $60, but I had a coupon, so it was even better. And again, a couple of other really great Chelsea Crew shoe styles. These are great sandals. I think I got both of these from ModCloth as well. Not super expensive, and they always have coupons, so you can't go wrong. And then lastly, thought I would talk about some fun flats with a vintage feel. So these ones are actually from Betty Page Shoes. Same thing, I have these in so many colors. They're ridiculously comfortable, but same problem, no tread, so buyer beware, but great little T-strap Mary Jane. And then lastly, from Bait Footwear, they've got these great flats called The Secret, and I believe that these are around $50 as well, but super comfy. I can wear them all day and walk around. So that is it for my very first YouTube video on shoes. Hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching.